Hi everyone, this is Bihan Chakravorty and today I'll be discussing problem number 438 from LeetCode, that is find all anagrams in a string. So now this is a problem that is in day 2 of February long challenge in LeetCode. So this is the day 2 problem. I have already discussed the day 1 problem. You can check it out from my LeetCode playlist. So in this problem we have been given two strings S and P, and we have to find all anagrams of P in S, and we need to return the starting indexes of all those anagrams. So what is the anagram? An anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase, typically using original letters exactly once. So an anagram is basically all the permutations of a given strings. Let me show it here. Suppose I have a string ABC. All its anagrams would be ABC, of course, will be included. Then we have BSc, BCA, then CAB, CBA, and also ACB would be there. So these are all the anagrams of ABC. Okay, so I think anagram is clear. So now how do we approach this? This is a typical problem on sliding window technique. So let me open my editor here. So we have, this is P and this is S. Okay, so first of all we will use a hash map to keep track of the frequencies of string P's characters. Okay, so A is 1, B is 1 and C is 1. So these have occurred only once. Now we will use sliding window technique. If you are not familiar with sliding window technique, I suggest you check out some blogs out there, so it will be much clearer. So what we do in sliding window technique is that we first of all consider a window of the given size, and size here is 3 because size of P is 3, and it's obvious that an anagram of string P would be the same size as P. It cannot be greater than 3 or less than 3 here. So we consider a window of size 3 and check whether that is an anagram. If that is an anagram, we store the result somewhere, then shift the window by one index. Now how does it help? If we hadn't used sliding windows, we would have checked this one, then using another loop, nested loop, we would have again used this one, then like that, a nested loop. So that would have been a time complexity of O of n squared, but here it's O of n because we consider, suppose I have a big window like this. Okay, so we are considering all these characters here. Now if we shift this by 1, like here, we already know that this these characters were already included. Like when I had this previous window, C was just extra and BAEB were already included, right? So C is just extra. So in this new window I have included A and removed C, the rest are same. So why again compute for BAEB? So right, so we will just remove C and add A, the rest will be same. So that is the advantage of sliding window. So here we have a size of 3. We will count this as well. So we have C1, B1, A1. Okay, so as we can see, these two hash maps are equal, so we have a valid anagram. So I can store the answer here 0. Why 0? Because this is the starting index of the anagram. Then okay, let me erase this one. Now we will shift the window by one step. BAE. Now here we had C before, now we don't have C. So we remove C counted and like decremented by 1. So it becomes a 0. Then we have E. Now we won't consider E because E is not present in P's hash map, right? So we can just ignore E, and we have removed C already. So then we will again shift the window. It will go to AEB. Now we remove B as well because as you can see we have discarded B. So it becomes 0, and AEB, again we have included B. B was not there previously. This was the window. Now we have included B. So this will again become 1. So it's the same. We discarded and again included another B. So this is. Now we will continue shifting the window like this. now until we reach the end. Until we reach here, we will continue. Now there will be another anagram in this given string, that is here. When we reach here, we will have both 1, 1 and 1, which will be exactly same as this one. You can write on the whole string here and you can see. And as you can see, this is equal. So we have another, and this is index 6. So this is index 6, and we have only two anagrams in S of P. So this is our answer. We will return this one, 0, 6. So now another optimization what we can do here is that instead of taking another hash map to count for S, what we can do is decrement the count directly here. Like whenever I find C, I decrement 1 by 1, so it becomes 0. Whenever I find B, I decrement by 1, it becomes 0, and I find A, we decrement it by 1, so it also becomes 0. Now whenever my hash map is completely zeros, filled with zeros and nothing else, then we find an anagram, right? So we can write here 0. Now we move. Now whenever I am discarding a letter here from the back, I increment it by 1 because I'm not utilizing it here. So I can erase this and it becomes 1 again. Okay. So let me write it clearly here. So it becomes 1. Then B and A doesn't change because B and A is still included. So it's decremented. So when we discard B, it will again become 1. And when we include another B here, it will again decrement by 1. Like that. So when we reach here, this whole thing would be 0, 0, 0 again. You can write on it as well. So if the whole thing becomes 0, then we will include 6 here. So this is the intuition behind the problem. So let me go to the code here. So initially we have a let's ignore this function here. Yeah, so n is the size of string S and m is the size of string P, and we have to check this condition. I failed first time because of this condition. We have to check that whether size of P is less than or less than equals to size of S, because only then an anagram can be present in S. If size of P is greater than S, then there cannot be an anagram, right? So we have to check this one. Then we create an empty hash map and like count the frequencies of all characters of P in this hash map. So after this is done, we create an array list that will store our answer. So list of type integer. Now this is sliding window. So initially we are moving till 3 here. We are moving till size 3. So we are checking CBA because initially my window size is 0. So I need to make the window size 3 and then I can shift the window one by one. So this is where I'm building the window. Let me write it here. Okay, I'm building the window till M. M is the size of P. Okay, so I'm taking the character and checking if it is present in the hash map, and then I'm decrementing it by 1. Because if it is not present, like E, D, these were not present, so I don't need to bother with it. I can simply ignore them, because if my E is present or D is present in my substring, then definitely that is not an anagram. So I decrement it if it is present in the existing hash in the hash map, and now after that I use this function check map of hash, and if it is true we add the index, that is 0, because 0 is the starting index. Now what does this check map do? It checks whether all the values inside the hash map is 0 or not. So I'm going to the function later. So this is what it does. It checks if all the all the values in the hash map is 0. So if everything is 0, that means the starting one is definitely my anagram. So I add index 0. Now I start from M because I moved from 0 to M minus 1. Let me zoom here. As you can see, this was 0 and this was M minus 1. A was at M minus 1. So I move to E and move till the end of the string. Okay, and here let me again write it. Here we are shifting the window. Or rather sliding the window. Okay, this one was I was building the window. Here I'm sliding the window. So I move till the end. I take these are the new character is the one we include again, and old character is the one we discard. So my new character is at I, definitely it's E here, and old character is I minus m. M is the size of string p. So if I am at I and I is here 3, and 3 minus m, m is also 3, 3 minus 3 is 0. So 0th character is discarded, so C is discarded. Okay, so some people do, even I did, use two variables in the sliding window. One is I and one is j. We increment the j and increment the I as well. So I initially stays here, I moves one step, and j also moves one step, but we don't need it here. We can do it with a single variable because we have a constant size that we can always decrement and get the that initial starting position. So now we check if new character is present in the hash map, then we decrement it by 1, and we check if old character is present in the hash map, and then we increment it by 1. And here we are again using the check map function, and after this increment decrement is done, we check if the whole hash map is filled with zeros. If it is, then we are just adding the initial position of the substring to my answer array. So this is the whole solution. Okay, so now let me tell why this condition is here. Suppose I am at E, I'm the new character is E. Since it is not in the hash map and not in string P, so we don't need to bother, we don't need to increment or decrement because that would be an useless operation. Okay, so we ignored it. Suppose when I am at EBA and I'm shifting to BAB, then I'm discarding E, so old character is E. Now since we don't need it, we don't have it there, so we will again ignore it. We don't need to do anything with it. So this is the problem. Now let me show you this function. We simply traverse the hash map and check if everything is 0. If any of them is not 0, then we return false, else we return true. So now the time complexity of the whole program is O of n, because this loop can run maximum of 26 times. Okay, so this will go from 0 to 25 or 1 to 26 because the characters will only range from A to Z, nothing else, because it is said here that it contains only Latin characters. So given that this will take constant time, and this loop will take O of n time, so O of n plus 26, that is O of n. So this is linear time complexity problem. Now if you have any doubt on this problem, please comment down below. I'll try my best to clear all the doubts there, and if you have liked my explanation, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for getting notified for further videos. And as usual, see you in the next video.